Mike, I mean, obviously, you've dealt with many, I'm sure, managers in your career, and there's many managers who are very good at their jobs. Obviously, not many of them are supermensches and create the kind of love, affection, just like this kind of deep connection. What is the quality that you see in Shep that is that element? What is the thing that makes that brings that element out in the people around him?
Well, I have a Supermensch as a manager right now, Jason Weinberg, who is fantastic.
He's here somewhere.
And right there he is, hiding. And he's Shep approved. So
he is, totally.
Don't think I didn't call up Shep, dude.
Told me a great story tonight. We ate at a place, Mateo's, about him eating there with Jerry Lewis. That to me is big.
Yeah. I had a fantastic childhood in Canada. It's a very fantastic place to grow up. And my parents were these Liverpudlian, relentlessly self-improving, working-class people from the north of England who just loved creativity and stuff. And my adult life has been a quest for sanctuary, I realized, in hanging out with Shep. And as Shep had a mentor in Roger Verger, since 1991, it's been clear to me that I have a mentor in Shep, which is, again, that there's a way to make a nice living in this business and still be a human being. You don't have to be a perfect human being. In Shep's case, he's...
Not perfect.
No, you're, for me, a very fascinating, progressive, capitalist, ethical hedonist.
That sounds like something to aspire to.
Proud of it, by the way.
And the punk rocker Canadian in me is like, yes, I love this guy. But at first it was a hard sell. I was like, I met him on Wayne's World, and Lauren's like, you're going to have to talk to the manager. And I was like, what? I'd never been in a film, let alone like being in a film with the fantastic Dana Carvey, who's like just a brilliant comedian. And I'd never been to a studio lot before. And I meet Shep on Paramount, and he comes in and he's got a ponytail and a satin tour jacket. And I'm like, I thought that was a convention of fiction. I didn't realize. And he talked like this, really low. And I thought I was being punked, to be honest. And within 10 minutes, he made such a compelling case for the song that I heard, and I knew it was part mob. I was like, wow, so the mob lives, man. This is fantastic. And, but he had such love for Alice and such respect for him that, and he said, the song's only going to be on, in the movie for 8 seconds. And if we put, 18 in the end credits, people are going to think, that's the song.
Yeah, that was a brilliant bit of
negotiation. And that's absolutely what everybody thought, And he called it down the line. And then just the thing that struck me is when I was invited to that luau, which, first of all, a luau. I was never allowed to go to Hawaii. My dad was from Liverpool, and he was angry with the Hawaiians because they killed Captain Cook. And so it's like they bloody murdered him in his sleep. The bloody Hawaiians, poi-eating, grass-skirt wearing. So for me, it was like I felt like a traitor to my father just being in murderous Hawaii. And then it was like Madame Tussauds, and he was in that Rudyard Kipling if way, comfortable with these people who are in the firmament, and insanely lovely to the people who were working the party and the people who were not famous. And I just saw him be a human being to everybody and see them. He saw everybody. And within 15 minutes of talking to him, I felt seen, I mean, I'm not going to impress him, the people he knows, but he saw me, he sees people. He's very, cover your ears. He is one of the most, I hesitate to say colorblind or gender blind or orientationist blind, because it's beyond being blind. It's just, you're a humanist, I guess, if such a term still exists.